Hi, and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Jela Begonja-Kovacevic, and I'm an ICF accredited coach. I believe that relationships design our lives, and that the most important relationship we will ever have is the one that we have with ourselves. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you about self-love. And self-love isn't a quick fix. It's a practice, and it takes a lot of time and effort to build. It's something that I practice every single day and will continue to do so for the rest of my life. Now, this video will give you an honest view of what self-love is, what it isn't, and how you can build it and attain it. I want to start with what self-love is not. Now, the internet is flooded with articles and books and podcasts and videos about self-love, which is an indication that our world is actually lacking it and is longing for it. Now, more often, I'm hearing things like we need to be more selfish and we need to go for that massage or do more yoga or meditate, stand up for ourselves by saying no. And while I do believe that these practices have merit and good intentions, we are sending the wrong message to people about the true meaning of self-love. A life of extremes. Why do we do that? We're not wrong or need to be fixed. Rejecting an old way of being? Why? Are you saying no to everyone because Oprah told you that self-love is equal to saying no? What is self-love? So, psychologist Gay Hendricks said it beautifully in his book, Learning to Love Yourself, that the essential transformation takes place at the moment you become willing to love all of you. And I think this is an essence of what self-love is all about. The idea to accept and love all of you without the need to change and manipulate anything about you. So the truth is self-love has nothing to do with being selfish, with neglecting the needs of others, but it has everything to do with honoring who we are, accepting who we are, and listening to our needs and meeting them accordingly. And not to the detriment of others either. Someone who practices self-love respects the self, but also respects the needs of others and is conscious of how the needs of the self impact the needs of others. And one of the most important things I have learned about self-love is that it's not something you get. It's an ongoing practice, and it evolves over time because we as people evolve over time. We have different needs at different points in our lives, and we need to adjust how we show love to ourselves as we go through life. So for example, on some days, we might need more understanding and tenderness. And on some days, we might need some tough love to move us past that stuckness that we have. So I truly believe in my heart that in order to be successful, regardless of what that means for you, and to thrive in life, in relationships, in work, in parenting, in friendships, it's critical to first fall in love with yourself. So how do we build self-love? I want to share with you what I and what we at Intogreat believe to be the most vital components of building a successful self-love practice. Now, even though this has worked for me and it works for me, and there might be another component that is important to you, and we want you to honor that. There's no magic formula, so we encourage you to define your own roadmap to self-love. And we're here to help you get started. Now, the four components that we have identified are self-compassion, self-acceptance, self-worth, and self-trust. Let's start with self-compassion. It's the act of accepting that we are not perfect. Self-compassion is the practice of understanding our own needs when we're in pain and still choosing to love ourselves when we fail or when we feel like we're inadequate. It's allowing ourselves to feel all of our feelings and process them in order to gain wisdom from the pain and from the failure. Now, next is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance goes hand in hand with self-compassion. Self-acceptance is fully accepting and embracing our imperfect selves, even the parts that we dislike or hate, without trying to manipulate and change the source of our being. Self-worth is a deep understanding that we are worthy of love and belonging, and that we deserve it no matter what. And finally, self-trust. And self-trust is the ability to go deep down inside of ourselves, to look for the answers instead of searching outside of ourselves. It's the knowing that we have all the answers that we need, and no one except for us has a better answer. So how do you bring all of this into your life? Well, we hope that this awakens something in you so that you can actually go deeper and explore what self-love means for you. And remember, self-love is not being selfish or taking care of yourself by practicing yoga or meditating. Yes, these are important elements, of course, and you can incorporate these, but I want to make it clear that self-love is loving and accepting ourselves for who we are, as we are, without trying to change. And always being tuned into the current needs and how our needs impact the needs of others. So, our challenge to you is, we invite you to be a part of the self-love movement, because the world needs this. And if you feel called to this invitation, please join our community, follow us on social media, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. All the links and the information that you need are actually down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope that this has been a useful video for you and that you will find the components that you need in order to practice self-love your way. Thank you.